Manually retracted or exposed with the slider button. It's either always out or always in, but when you let go of the slider button, the blade does not automatically go back into the housing. This we call a manual retract. An auto retract, as the name suggests, retracts automatically when you let go of that button. It's an added level of safety, and we actually suggest you use an auto retract whenever possible instead of a manual retract for that added level of safety. Smart retract works in such a way that when it loses contact with what it's cutting, it goes back into the housing without you having to let go of that button. So if you're cutting and you forget to let go of the auto retract button, you want a smart retract, because when it loses contact with what it's cutting, even though my finger's still on that slider button, it's going to go back in by itself. An added layer of protection. So those are the three styles of handles: manual retract, auto retract, and smart retract. These are by default configured for right-handed users. However, you can easily switch the blade to use them as a left-handed user. All of our products by default ship with a rounded tip blade, in this case the 105-26, but you do have the option of our 105-28 pointed tip blade. We'll start with the 105-50 manual retract utility knife. To change the blade, you must first retract the blade like that. Flip it to the other side, you'll see a little door with two icons. It's in the locked icon to start with, so you're going to need to move that to the unlocked icon. You can do it with your fingernail. It's toolless blade change, so simply take your fingernail and twist that, and now it's pointing to the unlocked position, and remove that door just like this. You'll need to then slide the blade out, and you'll see that there's a little knob in there that you want to move it to the middle position. Once it's in the middle position, you can remove the blade. If you want to configure it for left-handed people, you'll want to change the edge towards the left and move that slider button to the left to lock it in place. Right now it's in the right-handed position. I'm going to set it for left-handed. You simply remove the blade, flip it to the other side so the sharp edge is pointing to the left. Push it all the way in and slide that slider button up to the top, to the left. Now it's locked and ready to use. You put the door back on, lock it into lock position, and now it's configured for left-handed people, and you've changed the blade. Next, let's take a look at the blade change for the 105-54 auto retract. Very similar to the 105-50 manual retract, you'll need to make sure the blade is not exposed. But this is the auto retract, so it's not exposed when you're not using it, which is why it's safer. So simply turn it to the other side, change the door position to the unlocked icon, remove the door. In this case, you're going to have to hold the slider button out while you change the blade, otherwise you won't have access to it. Hold the slider button out, push that little knob to the middle position in order to take the blade out. If you're going to use it as a left-handed person, flip the blade so the edge is facing to the left and slide that slider button to the left after you put the blade in, just like that. Now it's set up for a left-handed person. In my case, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to remove the blade and put it in here as a right-handed person. Slide that little blade button down. It's locked now. Let go of the button. You can put the door back on. Very easy. Use your fingernail to put it in the lock position, and you're back in business. In summary, these are three similar tools in terms of blade change with three different functions. You have the manual retract, the auto retract, and the smart retract. They're ambidextrous. You just have to change the direction of the blade for left-handed people or right-handed people. By default, they ship with right-handed configuration in our 105-26 rounded tip blade. Stay safe and thank you.